It's 4 a.m. and you're awake like your body's been paged. You're wondering if it would be worth it to sleep for 30 more minutes before starting your day. They're playing a senseless song on the radio and it feels like such a waste of airplay. So you tuck yourself in to rest your brain. You're off to work again, standing in the queue behind an old smelly man who won't stop complaining about his daily wage. You can afford to take a taxi to work and back home every day. But what's the point of wearing good-looking shoes if they will still leave your toes pained? The country has gone to so much rot that you've almost lost hope. Issues pile up every day and everybody silently stares like a people who have seen so many deaths that they have become desensitized by new deaths. You're irritated by almost every little thing, even the way your boss's overfed kids play. And you realize with a terror that whilst you were grieving for lost dreams, time was whiling away. But it's not so bad. You're in love with a boy in the city. It will be 11 months in June. He doesn't smile at you like you're something special or send you good morning texts like he used to, but that's fine. Your biological clock is not ticking yet. You're only preparing for when it sounds louder than a church bell. And at the end of the day, you take your clothes off and stare at yourself in the mirror, wishing you could hang these skin and bones on the dressing chair, disgusted at yourself for going to sleep yet another night, having such brilliant ambitions yet no results. And at the other side of town, there's a boy living in a man's body, gutted at the fact that he's a multifaceted God who can't bring to life his own subjects. A King Midas who can turn everybody's copper to gold, everybody but his own. And he feels he's labored hard enough, so surely he has a prize to claim. He thought that by now his name would be stuck on the lips of people, but he can't even get them to remember his name. And he doesn't even want to wake up anymore because what's the point of going to bed when you're going to get back out of it? What's the point of aiming any higher if you can't even win the small battles? And you can recognize me from the crowd because you can see me in you. Hope sounds like a faint rumor, like someone tried to shout it from the back of the room. But even his throat could tell that it was a lie, so it stifled it before it could come out. We're only in our 20s, yet we feel older than 40. Our talent has been snuffed out before it can light a small dark corner. We are a token of a broken generation that have gotten used to living wounded. But it's not too late to try again. I know because I swore seeing another sunrise would be a miracle, and now look at me, watching the rays bounce off my face. I know because we keep walking into the fire like we've never been burnt. I know there is hope because there's an echo of God in a room full of sin. I am the second best poet not enough people have heard of. The first, that was God. For carving out a body this perfect, I develop insecurity on behalf of other people. I have been crying oceans into pages, praying to God in sign language, begging to make sense of just one life. Yet, there is something about the way an open wound aggregates and remodels to repair itself that tells me that we're here for something much more than living wounded. So this is for the ones who can't keep the rules, for the ones who wear far too many faces to hide their blues, for those sleeping of their lives and living in their dreams, for the poor souls who have forgotten how to dream, for those burning with a mania and calling it a brilliance, for those swatting demons of their back and making it look like a new dance, for us who were crippled, promised the world and then crippled so we had to offer the world something relevant. You are only as useful as an empty toilet paper in a loo. I noticed that a lot of the youth, we feel entitled. We think we are so smart, we are so well-rounded, we have been to the best schools. Even if we haven't been to the best schools, we have been able to seemingly single-handedly amass enough knowledge that surely we ought to be great. Certainly we deserve the good things in life. But it doesn't work that way. Even Jesus said, "Entitled is he who does nothing with his gifts, and he shall remain miserable." Okay, that wasn't Jesus, that was me, but I'm pretty sure he agrees with me, so we're still on the same track. So if there's one thing I want to leave today, it will be this. The world entirely, sincerely, and completely does not give a hoot who you are. I was going to end this with, unless you're Bill Gates, but who are we kidding? Bill Gates worked his way into who he is, so back to the original script. The world entirely, sincerely, and completely does not give a hoot who you are. It only cares what you can do. So do all you can, in all the ways you can, at every given moment. Thank you.